Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at celebrity UFO sightings, including one singer who went to Nevada in search of little green men. But you'll have to watch to the end to find out who. We're diving into some compelling stories that make you question everything. From celebrity pilots to celebrities spotting UFOs over Central Park. Lights in the sky, weird objects, unexplainable phenomena. Musicians, actors, athletes, all seeing things they can't explain. It's the unknown, the mystery, the possibility of something more. We're here to unpack these stories and analyze the evidence. So buckle up, because we're about to go on a wild ride. All right, so let's start with one of the greatest boxers of all time, Muhammad Ali. The champ. Now this guy wasn't just a legend in the ring, he was also a fascinating individual with some pretty interesting beliefs. And one of those beliefs, you guessed it, was in UFOs. Ali claimed to have seen UFOs multiple times. He described these sightings as strange lights in the sky, unusual objects that moved in ways that defied explanation. He talked about these sightings with friends and family, describing them in detail. He believed what he saw, and he wasn't afraid to share it with the world. All right, so we talked about the champ. Now let's talk about the king, Elvis Presley. Another legend who claimed to have seen strange things in the sky. Known for his music and charisma, he was also deeply spiritual. Fascinated by the mysteries of the universe, he was into numerology and spirituality. His first UFO sighting was as a child, sparking a lifelong fascination. Throughout his life, he saw unexplained lights and objects. He shared these experiences with close friends and family. He believed we weren't alone in the universe. Obsessed with UFOs, he read extensively and sought answers. Just like us, he wondered what was out there. So, John Lennon, one of the most iconic musicians of all time, a Beatle, a peace activist, and a UFO witness? 1974, New York City. Lennon's with his girlfriend, May Pang, and they saw something in the sky over Central Park. This bright, massive object just hovering out there, outside their window. Think about it. John Lennon, a man who questioned everything, sees a UFO. It's not some random dude. This is John Lennon. He even talked about it in the liner notes of his album. That's how impactful this experience was for him. This wasn't some drunken hallucination. This was real. It makes you wonder, what did he really see? This story blows my mind. A Beatle seeing a UFO? It's like something out of a science fiction movie. But it's real. It happened. And it just goes to show you, these things are out there. They're happening. Because the universe is vast, and we're just a tiny speck in it. Who knows what's out there? All right. So we're moving on to another celebrity UFO encounter, and this one involves Kurt Russell. Yeah, Snake Plissken himself. Not only is he a badass actor, but he's also a pilot. And one night, while flying his plane in 1997, he saw something crazy. He was over Phoenix, Arizona, and he saw this formation of lights. Not just one or two, but a whole bunch of them. This wasn't some small, fleeting thing. This was a major event. This became known as the Phoenix Lights, one of the most famous mass UFO sightings in history. Thousands of people saw these lights. They weren't just little dots in the sky. They were huge. They were bright. And they moved in ways that defied explanation. And Kurt Russell was right there, witnessing it firsthand. From his plane, he had a front row seat to one of the most perplexing UFO events ever. Imagine that. You're flying your plane, minding your own business, and suddenly you see this massive formation of lights in the sky. It's gotta be a trip. It's gotta make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. And it's not just some random drunk after sinking a few too many down at the bar. It's Kurt Russell, a guy who's known for being level-headed, a guy who's not easily fooled. This Phoenix Lights incident is one of the most compelling UFO stories out there. The sheer number of witnesses makes it hard to dismiss. And the fact that Kurt Russell, a respected pilot, was one of those witnesses adds another layer of credibility. It makes you wonder, what were those lights? Were they alien spacecraft? Were they some kind of military experiment? We still don't have definitive answers. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a true mystery, a real head-scratcher. So, we've talked about John Lennon seeing a UFO, Kurt Russell witnessing the Phoenix Lights, and now we're moving on to Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker himself. Sammy doesn't just claim to have seen a UFO. He claims to have had a telepathic connection with aliens. He says he was contacted, downloaded with information, like straight into his brain. This isn't just some vague feeling or a blurry image. This is a direct, conscious connection. He's talking about a full-blown alien encounter, a close encounter of the third kind, if you will. And he says this experience inspired some of his music. So some of those Van Halen riffs, some of those vibes, might be influenced by extraterrestrial communication. How crazy is that? Imagine, you're Sammy Hagar, you're rocking out, you're living the high life, and then bam, aliens contact you, download information into your brain, and influence your music. It's like something out of a science fiction movie. But Sammy swears it's true. He's been very open about his belief in UFOs and his experiences with the paranormal. He's not afraid to talk about it. He's not afraid to be ridiculed. And that deserves respect. We don't have all the answers. And maybe, just maybe, Sammy Hagar is onto something. Maybe he really did have a telepathic connection with aliens. It's a wild thought, a truly mind-blowing possibility. So, Mick Jagger, the frontman of the Rolling Stones, right? A living legend, a rock icon, and a UFO enthusiast. Back in the 60s, Jagger claims he saw a UFO. He was so convinced, he even talked about installing a UFO detector. Jagger claims he had another sighting while camping. Imagine that. You're out in the wilderness, and boom, a UFO hovering above. He actually installed a UFO detector at his English estate. Jagger just took it to the next level. Alicia Keys, incredibly talented musician, a powerful voice, and she believes in aliens. And Alicia Keys isn't just some casual believer. She's actually talked about seeing a UFO herself. The fact that she's willing to talk about it publicly, that says something. It takes guts to admit you've seen something unexplained, especially when you're a public figure. You open yourself up to ridicule, to skepticism. But she doesn't seem to care. She's fascinated by the idea of extraterrestrial life. And who can blame her? It's one of the biggest questions humanity has ever faced. Are we alone? Or is there other intelligent life out there, maybe even more advanced than us? It's a mind-blowing concept. The universe is so vast, so incredibly complex. It's almost arrogant to think we're the only ones here. All right, so we've got Russell Crowe, gladiator, a total badass, and a UFO hunter. Apparently so. Back in 2013, Crowe claimed to have captured footage of a UFO outside his office in Sydney, Australia. He even shared the video online, which is pretty bold. Most people would keep that kind of thing under wraps, but not Russell Crowe. He put it out there for the world to see. The video showed a series of lights moving in a strange formation. Of course, some skeptics said it was just camera glare, or reflections, or something easily explained. But Crowe insisted it was a genuine UFO. And why not? He's a serious actor, a respected artist. Would he really risk his reputation for a hoax? Robbie Williams, the guy from Take That, massive pop star. Turns out, he's not just singing about angels and letting me entertain you. This guy is deep into UFOs, seriously deep. He's not just casually interested, he's actively hunting these things. We're talking multiple sightings, expeditions to Nevada, the whole 9 yards. This isn't some publicity stunt either. He's genuinely fascinated by this stuff. You gotta respect that kind of curiosity. So, Robbie's out there, looking for aliens, and he claims he's seen them. Multiple times. He's talked about these experiences, how they've really impacted him, like really changed his perspective on things. Think about that. A global superstar, looking up at the sky, seeing something unexplainable. It makes you wonder, what are these things people are seeing? It's a dark rabbit hole. And it's not just some vague, I think I saw something kind of thing. He's gone on actual UFO hunting trips, organized expeditions to Nevada, the UFO hotspot of the world. He's actively seeking these things out. That takes some serious dedication. That level of commitment, you gotta respect it. We mustn't believe everything we hear, but we should be open to the possibility. There's a lot we don't know about the universe, a lot of unexplained phenomena. And when someone like Robbie Williams comes out and says he's seen UFOs, you gotta at least listen. It's fascinating stuff, and it makes you think, maybe we're not alone. Maybe there's something else out there. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince himself, also claims to have had a UFO encounter. It's kind of ironic, considering he starred in Men in Black, a movie all about aliens living among us. It's like life imitating art, or maybe art imitating life, who knows. But this wasn't some scripted scene. This was a real-life experience. He saw something in the sky, something he couldn't explain. It wasn't just a bird or a plane. It was something else. He talked about this sighting while promoting Men in Black, which adds another layer to the whole thing. Was he just playing it up for publicity? Maybe. But even if he was, it sparked a genuine interest in the topic for him. He started thinking about the possibilities, the what-ifs. What if there really are aliens out there? What if they're already here? It's a mind-blowing concept, and it clearly got him thinking. Now, Will Smith isn't a UFO expert, he's an actor, but his experience, regardless of whether it was a genuine UFO or not, opened his mind to the possibility. It made him question things, and that's a good thing. So, there it is, folks. Please like and subscribe for more content and leave a comment if you've seen a UFO.